Well, thank you for being here on our YouTube channel for Double Tap TV on AMI TV. If you're not already subscribed to the channel, make sure you hit that subscribe button down below. This helps us bring more video content just like this to you. In this video from our TV show, we talk all about the wearable tech space, specifically smart glasses. Enjoy.
The latest tech.
I'm Alexa. I can answer your questions.
Interviews.
And we are evolving, and we are seeing an amazing opportunity that is happening.
Accessibility.
Accessibility is one of our core values. It's even a part of our mission statement.
This is Double Tap TV.
Welcome to another episode of Double Tap TV. I am Marc Aflalo.
And I'm Stephen Scott. And this week, Mark, we want to dive into, well, smart glasses. Because, I don't know about you, but it's about time we stop talking about these and start seeing some real leaps forward. Are we ready?
Oh my God, Stephen, am I ready for glasses that are smart? Abso-freaking-lutely. I mean, this is something we've been talking about probably for the better half of the past century. No, the century, okay, past decade. Let's go with the decade, okay?
Past century, okay, wow.
But,
right, okay.
Listen, we've seen iterations of some kind of smart glasses going back to probably, I guess, the first iteration was, I guess, those like theater-type glasses where you'd put them on and you'd tether them to a phone or a device or some kind of something, and you'd be able to watch YouTube or a video or something and make it seem like you're watching like a 150-inch screen. That was probably the first iteration of any kind of smart glasses, right? Then finally a tech company decided, let's throw some money into this, and we saw the first generation of Google Glass, which, funny enough, I have somewhere in my house. I don't know where it actually is, but I remember buying that Explorer edition. It was something around $2,000. It was a limited run. It was for developers only, and it was really, really interesting because it was really just a frame, and it had this chunky piece of glass on the top right-hand corner that allowed you to, in the peripheral, see various menus and see various things that, by the way, today has become pretty much Google Wear or Android Wear, the interface that we see on our watch. But yeah, I mean, I think we're absolutely ready for it. Are you ready for it?
I am. I mean, I've tried various glasses over the years that are, in quotes, smart. But in reality, I mean, I'm thinking of things like audio sunglasses, right? Which are not really smart glasses. They're just glasses with speakers in them. And that's kind of the closest I've got, and at least in terms of affordable wear. So, you know, you've got Bose frames, you've got Anker Soundcore frames, those kind of devices that have got the actual sound coming out of the arms of the glasses, which is kind of weird, and by the way is terrible when you're on the move because every other sound is getting in your ear first. But the idea is that you can hear what is around you at the same time as you're listening to your podcast or whatever it might well be.
Now hang on. You also had the opportunity to try on the TCL Next Wear glasses. I remember that because we talked about it last season. And those were kind of like the ones I was describing at the beginning of the show, right? Where you would just basically be able to project something into your vision, right?
Yeah, it was so funny trying those, right? Because the promise is, like you say, you're getting this 200-inch screen in front of your face. The problem is it's just like being at the theatre for me. The screen's too far away. Even though I was, sitting with these glasses on my face, the screen still felt too far away. So it didn't work for me particularly well. But you know what? That is probably the closest I've come. And one of the cool things about that, as well as being able to plug it into, say, an Android phone so you could watch Netflix or Amazon Prime movies on it, you could also hook it up to your computer as well. And you could almost use it like a monitor. So you could get really close up. That was pretty cool. But I think we're a long way off. Well, at least it feels as if we're a long way off actual smart glasses that have got augmented reality built into them, maybe even some kind of heads-up display. I mean, Google Glass was kind of the hope, but I think cost killed it.
So let's kind of lay out what our actual expectations are, because I think that's where things differ, because when Google first came out with Glass, they were setting some expectations. But I think the goal now is to get a pair of glasses or a pair of sunglasses that over your world, over the entire world in front of you, you're seeing things pop up, whether it's directions or bubbles or locations, or this is the McDonald's location, or this is Burger King, on the full glass, on the full world. So it's not just a little chunk in the bottom corner where you have to kind of look peripherally and look weird, but really overlay on everything, right?
Yeah, exactly. And I think a lot of people were kind of imagining these as being, essentially when you say smart, you think of a camera perhaps on the device. I don't think that's going to happen either. I think we're going to likely we'll see sensors on these devices that will provide information to that heads-up display. Now, we know if Apple come out with smart glass, then it's going to have lots of accessibility tools in it that will help someone who's blind get that information audibly. That's what I'm looking for. But I want to get that experience that you're getting. And, it's interesting because, we're so immersed in this world when we talk about smart glasses. I mean, there's so many categories here, and you can get lost in it. I mean, I have conversations about VR versus AR, so virtual reality versus augmented reality. And I don't know, it feels like virtual reality is the one everyone is coming out with, not augmented reality. What do you think?
I agree with you. I think the virtual reality has definitely taken leaps forward beyond where we're supposed to be with augmented reality. However, you can make a case for things like HoloLens, but that's really restricted to the corporate world and certain trades. I saw stories last year where Mercedes was using HoloLens for their mechanics in cars. So instead of opening books and looking up research, they're able to actually connect with a help center and show the person what they're seeing, look at the vehicle, and actually draw on the image and see where things are in the real world. That's one thing, but virtual reality has definitely come so far when you look at like the Meta Quest, for example, or the HTC Vive and things like that. And that is because they're not worrying about projecting it onto a piece of glass that's transparent and see-through that you have to look through. They're blocking off your world. They're putting a headset that covers your face, and they're giving you screens. It's really not that complicated. And they're using head movement and motion to track what you're doing. When you're talking about putting these things into a very light frame with batteries, with sensors, with projection onto the actual glass, there's a lot of technological hurdles there. And there's a company I remember, Vuzix. They were at CES last year, and I spoke to them after CES, based in Rochester, where a lot of optics are created, and they're making some pretty cool stuff for the military.
Yeah, it's funny you mentioned the military. I was just thinking about that. Whatever the military have today, we'll get in 10 years. And that is going to be pretty cool. I mean, the stuff they have must be incredible. And it would be interesting to see how that can develop itself into consumer tech. And it no doubt will.
So, Stephen, let's take a quick break because we have a guest lined up from a company called InVision. He's on deck as we continue this episode all about smart glasses. And, well, you'll see. Let's take a quick break. It is Double Tap TV. He is Stephen Scott. I'm Marc Aflalo. We'll be back in a moment.
You're watching Double Tap TV. Get involved. Follow us at Double Tap On Air or email us feedback@doubletaponair.com. Double Tap TV will be right back.
Thanks for tuning in to Double Tap on YouTube. I hope you enjoyed that video. Hit that subscribe button if you're not already subscribed, and that notification bell if you want to get notified anytime we've got brand new content like this to share. Thanks for watching.